We're now in the southern part of Portugal in an area called Alentejo. Very quiet here. All I can hear are just the birds humming. But here, as you can see, this is a vast field of rolling hills, and just surrounding me are acres and acres of vineyards. Very different to other vineyards that we have visited before, because the geography here is just undulating plains. And this area, for miles I can see, they're all vineyards, but again, because this is part of the season where the harvest has already been taking place, the grapevines are changing in colors. But doesn't mean that the work stops here, because actually there are workers in the fields pruning the vines as well, readying for the winter. So this lady, she's actually from a village about 6 kilometers from here. Every year she comes back here to do this job, which is to kind of trim the bushes and the scrubs so that the vineyard can be clean and tidy again, just like giving a haircut to the vineyard, so that after the winter these vines can grow again. If they don't trim them now, for next spring the vines are not going to grow properly, so the grapes quality will not be good. So this is actually a very important job. Now notice that these are all ladies here, no men's in the field. So what are the men's doing? They are drinking wine. No, I'm kidding. They're actually in the winery making the wine. So usually the men make the wine in this kind of in this area of Portugal, and the ladies work the fields. I secretly opened someone's bags here. Now look at all these backpacks. Now this is what I call a classic ploughman's lunch. A very typical food here, what they have for lunch, because they have to work in the field, of cheese, chorizo, bread, and sometimes wine. But
like in the old days when they were fighting the Moors and being like attacked.
yes, that's right. Chinese and an Aussie, you know, going.
Well, it's only
Being an Aussie, what is an Aussie doing here in the heart of Portugal?
you know, I'm making wine, obviously,
Yeah.
and I happened to finish up in Portugal after I studied winemaking in Australia.
Yeah.
I travelled in Europe, and
Yes.
I worked vintages in Europe, and I
Yes.
was fascinated by European viticulture as well.
Yeah.
And in fact, the Portuguese connection came about because I married a Portuguese lady, and so that became the reason that I eventually settled here.
So it was romance with love and wine,
yeah.
right?
Well, what could be better?
What can be better, exactly.
But I suppose the wines that I most enjoy doing are the individual grape varietal wines, because then you're just concentrating on one variety and letting it express itself. And because these varieties are largely unknown,
Yes.
to have a Touriga Nacional
Yes.
or an Aragonese or an Alicante Boucher
Yes.
as an individual grape variety, you feel like you're breaking new ground a bit. So they're perhaps the wines that I get most of a kick out of.
So this is actually a very regular Citroën. Everything is electronic, and you come here self-service. And just to make sure that it's diesel, this is marked diesel, so you don't put the wrong gas in, because once you put the wrong gas in the car, you're in big trouble. We're in a very, very small pottery shop here in Portugal, a very small village in the Algarve. Very nice music. This is a very small little hut that a Scot actually founded this pottery shop called Olaria Pequena, a small pottery shop, literally 30 years ago. We can be anywhere in the Mediterranean listening to this music, but these are all handcrafted, hand-painted. And what I like about this shop, actually, when I first came in, not the owner of the shop, but it's actually his friend came out to greet me. And she said, well, we're actually here on holiday from Ireland for a week, and we're looking after the shop for the shop owner. And here I am standing in the vineyard of a very famous British singer. His name is Sir Cliff Richards. For those of you that do not know him, he's very famous in England. And in fact, this winery, the majority of the visitors are from Northern Europe. Some grilled sardines.
Yeah, grilled fish. I mean, grilled fish can be quite strong.
Yeah. So here I am in the saltwater infinity pool at the Alba Villa by Epicurean. The sun is about to set in front of me, and on my left you have the endless infinity sea. I'm just spending 3 days here of pure relaxation, tranquility and fresh air, and I actually don't want to leave, but everything has to end, so I'm going to leave you guys alone. I'm going to watch the sunset and just gently swim away. Bye.